Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the Rise of Skywalker test screening. That rumored test screening where everything went off the rails, everything went very badly, and people were pissed that led to the reshoots.
Right, and I'm going to preface this by saying this is a rumor. Again, R-U-M-O-R, rumor. Look at the definition if you're not sure what that means before you comment.
I don't know how many times you have to tell people that. There have been more details that have allegedly surfaced via YouTuber Doomcock, and there's an article about it here on Bounding in the Comics. I did watch that video. I want to talk about some of that stuff, and I'll put a link to his original video. In that video, Doomcock himself 4, 5, 6, 8, 25 times says this is a rumor. I can't substantiate it, but it sounds like it's plausible based on some other facts I've meshed up based on the facts that, or the fact that I've had multiple sources come to us, kind of like with Rooster Teeth with us. We had multiple people come to us. Other divisions of animation, they've come to us. So we know that people do work for these companies and reach out to YouTubers who they think have reach. So we're gonna preface it again. God, like we have to put a big flashing red rumor.
Okay, whatever. We established it's a rumor. Don't like it. Tough
Change the
titties.
channel.
Don't watch. Whatever.
Change the channel. So before we get into it, please subscribe to Clownfish TV if you haven't done so already. We're at about 75,000 subs, hoping for 100,000 soon. We do appreciate the support. We do give pop culture commentary on things like this, situations like this, and the Rise of Skywalker, which regardless of whether or not these rumors are true, every indication seems to be that this is going to be Franken movie. They've had directorial shuffles. They got rid of Colin Trevorrow. They're doing extensive reshoots. We're not hearing a whole lot about the story. The trailer, frankly, looked very underwhelming. And horses on a spaceship.
Okay, but it isn't in atmosphere. Yes, we know, but there's still things like, go the higher up you go, the thinner air is. I'm just saying.
Gravity, things like gravity. I mean, horses on a spaceship. So anyway, Bounding in the Comics covered the Doomcock video. I did watch it. I'll talk about it, but it was apparently so bad that people got pissed off and started to walk out of the test screening.
Which we've heard before from other places too.
Yeah, so I think it may not be completely true, but I think there's some truthiness.
There's always a kernel.
A kernel of truth here. Whatever the deal was, it was bad enough that Bob Iger had to order some reshoots, and we're still not clear on what the end product is, what the storyline is. Even the toys are very vague. It's like characters we know are going to be in the movie, but we don't have a lot of detail about what their role is in the movie. We're not seeing storybooks with the story laid out like we did for the previous two movies. We're just not hearing a whole lot about the actual plot. And by now, with both of the previous two movies, we already knew the whole story, and we don't know what the hell is going on here. So this is coming from Bounding in the Comics via Doomcock, and I'll talk about the one part that really was interesting. So new alleged details emerged. The rumor comes from Doomcock. He recounted the rumor regarding the disaster of the Rise of Skywalker. In the new rumor, Doomcock describes a different cut of the film. He describes it as a hybrid between Kathleen Kennedy's version and the Bob Iger version, a cut that will be more than likely never be seen by the viewing public. Here's what he said, and we'll talk about some of this stuff because it sounds freaking stupid. That Luke is going to be in the movie is basically going to be a forced ghost talking to her, teaching her from beyond the grave.
That's right. But there is stuff that happened before that gives basis for that being a actual thing that can happen.
Right, but it makes you wonder, like, the original plan with Colin Trevorrow was probably to have Luke Skywalker in the flesh actually teaching Rey, but now Rey listens to the voices in her head and Leia has to finish the training via CGI, which they said they weren't really going to do.
We don't know that's via CGI, but from the one scene, if it's true, it would have to be CGI. But go ahead.
Well, even her outfit, they changed her outfit with CGI. Basically, it's just her face, sort of, with everything else, the hair. They're doing it. So they're doing it. So the scene goes on for a while, then Leia appears. It's supposed to be the start. Now, the original start was they were going to de-age Luke and Leia in Marvel style and go that route, which is horrible, and I'm glad they didn't do that. But Leia appears and informs Rey her training is almost complete, and the time has come for her to go kill her son because she couldn't do it herself. She sent Han the first time.
That's right.
Got Han killed, so she's going to send Rey. So Rey, Chewie, BB-8, Finn, and Poe, and the rest of the Munchkins leave to find Kylo Ren, and then they go to another desert planet.
Right, because there's always a desert planet.
There's like 4 or 5 of these damn desert planets looking for him. Lo and behold, Kylo Ren appears as he was looking for Rey as well.
That's right.
because they've got that connection.
That's right. You see the shirt on this time?
I don't know.
Is
maybe.
he wet? Is she wet? Whatever it is.
Oh.
One of them was wet anyway.
Sometimes when we touch.
That's right.
The force is too much. So I guess they sensed each other or something. They details the scene with Rey confronting the TIE fighter. We saw that in the first trailer. However, instead of just leaping over the ship, Rey uses her lightsaber to cut off one of the wings. After the ship is down, Kylo Ren emerges from his ship unscathed, and the two have a lightsaber duel.
Well, if you could just do that, why didn't they just why didn't all the Jedi just stay on the planets and just send their lightsabers up into space and let them just take down ships all the time?
Oh, God. So this is where the whole thing comes off the rails. They're fighting each other, right? They're having this confrontation, and then he's like, "Do you feel that?" Rey concurs and notes that she's felt the presence before, describing it as the dark side, but even more threatening than Snoke. The two eventually decide to just put the current battle on pause and destroy this new. So they're fighting. And they're like, "Hey, do you feel that?" "Yeah, I feel that." "Well, let's just stop fighting and figure out what that is."
That's right.
What the hell? The new threat is hinted at being Palpatine. As the figure is on a chair and his familiar laugh is heard, they go to a water plant, which they thought was Endor. They thought it was Endor, like it was a broken Death Star, broken plot, broken Death Star, which should have been atomized when it blew up, but apparently there are big chunks of it. But it's very broken. So the way that they viewed this film, it wasn't a complete film. You know, test screenings normally are this way. And that's why I'm kind of thinking there's a bit of truth to this, because most test screens are a series of scenes. It's not a completed film, or they have some placeholder scenes that are clearly the special effects have not been done. But you're not watching a complete film from beginning to end. You're basically watching key scenes, and they're trying to gauge the audience reaction. So, in a nutshell, what happens, what the plot of this movie is Palpatine dodged death, according to this rumor, because the Palpatine that Vader threw down the shaft was not actually Palpatine. It was a clone. Yeah, everything has transpired. I have foreseen it. Palpatine also disregards Rey's statement that Luke saw Vader kill Palpatine. He questions, "Did he now?" Vader killed a clone that was being controlled by the Emperor from whatever planet he is on. So Vader killed a meat puppet, Palpatine. So they say a young Palpatine walks onto the set, speculating it could have been Matt Smith. That could have been his role, but then they cut him from the movie.
I don't know if they did. They may put him back in because this is a test screening. Who
the hell knows? But so let me get this straight. So not only is Rey the new chosen one, basically, right? But even Darth Vader's sacrifice, Darth Vader ending the Emperor, that didn't actually happen.
No, that's so that he could, the real chosen one, Rey, could come. The Disney chosen one.
God, if they do this, have they learned nothing from The Last Jedi Backlash?
No, we already know this. You know
but they ruined Luke, and now they're going to ruin Anakin's sacrifice and just be like, "Oh, it was a decoy all along." So he's been apparently just hanging out in this iceberg for 40 years. You know, building more spaceships with Death Star lasers.
But you haven't got to that part. You're just skipping ahead.
Well, I'm just giving the nickel tour here because I can't even keep this plot. Like, this is ridiculous. So yeah, so Ren mocks the Emperor as being just an old man. You know, the Emperor then pulls out a hologram and tells the Stormtrooper to execute Order 67.
Because there haven't been any orders in the past how many years between the prequels and now.
So this is Order 67, which is one more than Order 66.
Right, so I'm saying, in all these years there haven't been other orders?
No. So now all these frozen Star Destroyers are coming out of the water because of Order 67. What the hell is going on?
I don't even try to figure it out.
This better not be the movie. The movie that drops in theaters next month had better not even resemble this movie, or they will have a colossal amount of backlash. But it gets better. It gets better. The Falcon, right? They have they decide the First Order and the Resistance, which now has a massive fleet for no good reason. They get together and they're going to fight the Empire, even though I thought the First Order was the Empire.
Yeah, no, because there's no bad guy here. The bad guy is Palpatine. Now all the good guys and bad guys are just joining forces for no reason whatsoever because they're all going to fight Palpatine.
They're going to hug it out so they can go fight the toxic white male who's been pulling the strings the whole time.
Toxic zombie male.
Oh my God. So this is the part where everybody walked out, according to Doomcock's sources. And if this happens, and we joked about this on the channel before, we joked about it because we thought this would be the dumbest thing Disney could possibly do. And if they go there, that is it.
Well, that's totally what they do because they've already done it with every other character except for Leia at this point.
During the space battle, the Falcon is destroyed with Lando, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2 all on board and confirmed dead.
Gotta get rid of those problematic droids, right? If you have to have room for Dio and BB-8.
According to the screen, this is why the third act got like a 0. Because people were rating the acts. Okay, and they said the first act was okay. Second act was whatever. Third act caused anger and is supposedly what triggered the reshoots. If this is what they do, that they killed off the rest of the original trilogy cast save for Leia, then yes, I can understand people being pissed off. So supposedly it was so bad that people got up and walked out of the theater, or tried to walk out of the theater, and the Disney reps tried to get them to stay, told them they wouldn't get their gift cards if they didn't stay.
That better be one hell of a gift card.
That had better be one hell of a gift card.
But yeah, here, I mean, yes, they were going to originally destroy the Falcon with Lando in it and Return of the Jedi, but they decided not to. And now they went and did it now to get rid of, so you're going to get rid of probably the most iconic ship. The only thing that might be close to being as iconic as the Death Star. Millennium Falcon is probably the most iconic ship in the whole Star Wars franchise. But you're going to blow it up with everybody aboard that just to keep, that's like the last time. You just, it happened that everybody of importance was on the bridge. And everybody died except for Leia in The Last Jedi. And now you're going to kill everybody else off.
Yeah, Akbar dies off screen.
I mean, this is...
They...
Could you be any more like middle finger to the whole franchise?
This better not be the version that drops in theaters. If this version drops in theaters, that is it. Like, Star Wars is dead, and no amount of Disney Plus TV shows can bring back that love and feeling. Like, The Mandalorian is not going to fix this. That's not going to... If they decide to blow up the Falcon with everybody on it...
But that's okay. You still have Dio. It's all good.
Yes, you thought that C-3PO and R2-D2 were going to live to the end of the saga, but it was me, Dio.
All the time. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Here's what I don't understand. If this legitimately is the end of the Star Wars saga, why do you have to kill them all? Because it doesn't matter. If they live and then they're, they walk off and people are happy because they didn't ruin the Falcon, they didn't ruin the droids or Chewie, or Lando, what difference does it make? Why do you have to kill everybody? Because you're not doing any more of these sequels, so... for the Skywalker ones. So what difference does it make if they don't die? It makes a difference because then, you'll be held that the people expect you to do something with these characters and you want to make it all about your own characters. So, but there's no reason to kill them. There's absolutely no reason to kill these characters. Akbar too, there was no reason.
Oh, I screwed up. The Emperor kills Leia.
Oh, I knew that. I read it.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that far ahead. So the Emperor kills Leia too. So everybody
no,
does.
I knew that. He didn't kill Leia yet because the Emperor's going to kill Leia. That's why I knew that. Because she's going to come in and she and Yoda, Luke, and Yoda are going to fight the Emperor. And she ends up dying, which we knew she was going to die. I mean, they have to make sure they kill everybody. That's kill it if you have to, because that's what they're trying to do.
This makes no sense. It makes no sense that Palpatine's been hiding out for 40 years because he was never intended to be in this
with all
trilogy.
Those ships just hidden.
Just hidden. All the Doomcock brought up in his video, he's like, so wait, they had all these ships that were fully staffed for 40 years, just hanging out in some iceberg planet? I mean, this makes no sense. I mean, clearly Snoke or Kylo was supposed to be the big bad, and they had to change it to try to get the fans back, and all they're going to do is piss off more people.
That's right.
I can't... God, this is going to be a train wreck. Even if 10% of this is true, this is going to be a train wreck that could potentially kill the franchise for good.
But don't worry, Luke and Vader and Leia are all dead now, and Leia and Vader because of the Emperor. But that's okay because Kylo Ren and Rey team up and defeat the Emperor because Ghost Yoda and Ghost Luke couldn't do it. Leia couldn't do it with Yoda and Luke, but that's okay. Rey and Kylo Ren are just strong enough to defeat the Emperor.
This is gonna be a shit show. I can't wrap my head around. I mean, the thing is that we've seen enough to sort of somewhat verify the basic plot, and this totally sounds like something they would do.
Well, here's the thing too. How the flip, if Luke and Yoda can turn around now and fight the Emperor, where the hell was Yoda and Obi-Wan when Vader needed help and Luke needed help in Return of the Jedi? Where the hell, where were they?
It was just a clone. It didn't matter.
I mean, where were they? Why weren't if they could just show up? Why weren't they there? You know, where are all the ghosts of Jedi past that could have showed up at any time and stopped the Emperor years ago? I mean, hell, they should have had it ended like, if that was the case and these Jedi can suddenly fight, then why, if it was me, I would say, okay, hell yeah. He executed Order 66. So why don't you, was that 66, right?
66 is where all the Jedi died, yeah.
So here's my thing. Why didn't you just bring all the Jedi he had killed, that they all came together and they took down the Emperor?
Like they dragged the Emperor into hell, like Jedi hell.
Or something.
You know? Kind of like Lord of the Rings, where they're all the
yeah. I mean, that would have been a lot more impressive. I mean, it make more sense too that the Jedi that all the Jedi he had killed, you know, they all suddenly showed up and had their back, and then took, you know, the Ghost Jedi like Luke and Yoda led them, and they took the Emperor out. That would make sense. I mean, that would be a heck of a lot more interesting than, guess what? Of course, Rey and Kylo Ren defeat the Emperor. Except they put Kylo Ren in this. I thought it was just gonna be Rey, so I'll give him that.
Well, I've heard two versions. I've heard one that Kylo Ren gets sent down to the bottom of a bottomless pit, which I guess has no bottom, but he gets gone. But it doesn't matter because Darth Maul got cut in half and sent down to a bottomless pit, and he's back. And Palpatine got thrown down a bottomless pit. And
that wasn't him. That was a clone.
So maybe Han Solo is going to come back.
I mean,
Han Solo come back with the Falcon.
That's right. Here's the thing: the clone thing, you know, using that has been established, so that, you know, they can get away with. That has been established in the franchise. That has been established in the books. They can get away with that. That they can get away with. Leia being a Jedi, I have no problem with that because that makes sense. She's, you know, she would be. Luke could have trained her before he died or before he disappeared, and you know that
was in the expanded
I'm okay
universe.
with that. I'm down with that.
100%
down with that. I don't know. I think to hug it out and be friends.
I could be, again, these are rumors, but if this is the general direction they're going in, this movie is going to be worse than The Last Jedi. It's going to be more divisive than The Last Jedi.
The Falcon part, just that's going to cause.
If they do that, and they hope to God they had the good sense to not do that. But if they do that, that will be it. That will be the freaking kerosene. That's it for Star Wars. I think even fans that have defended The Last Jedi would turn if they blew up the rest of the original cast.
I don't know. Remember, they were having a fit. A lot of people were on Twitter having a fit because Mark Hamill suggested that everybody wanted to see the original cast together again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're just, I don't even know. They don't even know what Star Wars is, but they're all quick to, you know, yell and scream about it because they want to make sure that their agenda's promoted. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm really
at this point
I'm tired of it.
At this point, if this is what goes down, then this trilogy is apocrypha that exists solely to kill off all of the original trilogy characters.
Well, yeah, you just now figured that out.
Yeah, but there's, oh God, I don't know. So we all know, again, this is rumor, but I do think this is shaping up to be quite the shit show. I think it will make money opening weekend. I do, because everybody wants to see how Star Wars ends, even though it already ended. But I think if it's as bad as these leaks seem to indicate, that the word of mouth is going to be terrible, and it's going to.
I hope they fix it. Maybe maybe one that's not true when people are just spreading this rumor, as we said rumor, around just to cause problems, which is possible, very possible. If it's true, they could have fixed some of it, but I don't see they can fix all of this. No. And then, that's what we were talking about, the CG. We weren't going to CG Carrie Fisher, but if Carrie Fisher takes on the Emperor.
She did not film that during The Force Awakens. Carrie Fisher did not film fight scenes during The Force Awakens.
So there's no way they could do a fight scene unless they have somebody else fight and then put her face on it, which is CG and Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, well, just changing her costume. This is what she...
They did a good job, though. You can't really tell.
Yeah, you can't really tell unless you look for it. But it's still... I don't see how they can save this. But go out and I'll put a link to this article, put a link to Doomcock's video. You can listen and decide for yourself if you think it has any truthiness or if it's just a bunch of perhaps misdirection from Lucasfilm and Disney. Who knows? But we know there are problems. There are problems with this movie. So
but if you're going to do misdirection, why would you
make it worse?
It seem worse? Yeah.
So when it's honestly. Make it seem worse than it actually is, so when the movie comes out and people are pleasantly surprised, they'll love it.
Oh, it's a 4 instead of a 3. Thank God, it's a masterpiece.
Thank God they did not blow up the Falcon. They just ejected Lando.
That could be. It's like reverse psychology kind of.
Reverse psychology. Let's you know, not have any hopes for this movie and have it turn out to be.
I'm just tired of it. I'll be glad when it's over because I'm just tired of it.
Yeah, I think everybody's getting tired of Star Wars, and that's the problem.
I'm just tired.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants.
Yep, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thinking about printing your own comic books, graphic novel, or manga? We recommend our friends over at PrintNinja. We've been using PrintNinja as long as they've been printing comics, and both the quality and price is excellent. Mention Clownfish TV and get an additional 5% overrun of your book order quantity printed for free. For free! That's free books, people. Just mention this offer on the phone or in the additional information box on the quote request form. That's printninja.com or click on the link in the description below. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.